Peace, family. So I'm back with another one. Today what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk to my chosen ones about being able to focus on your breathing while you're under attack. You know what I'm saying? So being able to focus on your breathing is extremely huge because we do it consistently, and most of us don't even realize that you don't have to think about your breathing. It's just something that happens naturally. You know what I mean? But breathing, being able to focus on your breathing and bring attention to it, it immediately snaps you into the now. It's very difficult to think about the past, to time travel to your past, to time travel to the future, when your immediate focus is on your breathing, and your breathing is happening now. So the breathing, I kind of started paying more attention to as you start learning, meditation and all these different things that you can kind of do to help put you in a more peaceful state and more in control of your vessel. But the more you grow in your space, and you ascending on your journey, you realize that it's not just used in a peaceful space as well. If you can also use your breathing as a tactic to help bring you back into the now. Because a lot of the times when we in situations and like having different little chaotic energies taking place while we're engaging with other people, or being in an environment that kind of got your chakras all out of alignment. But when you can focus on your breathing, when all of that is happening, it usually can kind of snap you right back into the present. And as you're snapping yourself back into the present and you're continuously focused on your breathing, it settles the rest of your vessel. It settles the rest of your vessel. So once you start understanding and using the breathing techniques for, just bringing yourself to a more peaceful state where you're out meditating, or you're in an engagement and it's too crazy and you have to bring yourself to a peaceful state, so that way you can kind of be responding versus reacting. When you out here warring in this spiritual field that we in right now, it's going to be a lot of buttons being pushed, and you're really not going to have a choice but to learn different tactics to be able to manage yourself while you're out here going through and dealing with the spiritual war. Like yesterday, I had stopped at I had left out the house because I needed to get some more backwood. So I'm like, I'm going to run to the store real quick. Ran to the store real quick, just hit the 7-Eleven because it was like almost after hours. So as I'm going into the 7-Eleven, it's a car pulled up beside me. But it's like, it's females in the car, but they're like, I just get out the car and it's like, it's only these two cars in the parking lot. So they got their music playing. So of course when I get out, I just kind of peek over. I go in the store, get my backwoods, I come back out. But as I come back out, the other person that's in the car then got out the car and is being belligerent, and I got my windows down when I got back in the car, but I'm just kind of adjusting my stuff before I get up out the lot. But I could hear her talking, and she said something about like, don't be looking over here or some shit like that, when clearly I only glanced over there. But bitch, you don't control my eyes, especially when you out here dressed like a whore. It was a quick glance, went in the store, like I had things to do. And it just reminded me of how quick you have to snap yourself into a peaceful state. Because for me, I already realized the sun was down. It wasn't super late, but the sun just went down. It's probably like 9:30, 10. But I was like, this is a whole demon out here just like trying to like get my energy riled up, and I don't know this person from Adam and Eve, is clearly a stranger. And it was just wild just experiencing that, considering like the day that I've already had. So it was just like, when I felt that energy attacking me, and I knew it was by the last words when it said like, yeah, you got your windows down over there with your dreads and all this, some other weird shit, like trying to entice me. And in my mind and my spirit, I'm just thinking, if there was no system in place, no female would be communicating with a male that they did not know like this. But I understood that it's a war and it's a system in place. So I was just kind of, I'm already like, I've been doing this for a while. So for me, I didn't really have to focus on my breathing. I just kind of laughed it off. For me, I like laughter. So in this place that I'm in now, I had to transition, but I've always laughed and had fun, but now I use it more so as a substitute for breathing. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to think about my breathing. What naturally comes up is like, this is a spiritual war going on. This is clearly something that don't have nothing to do with me, but it does have something to do with me in a way. So it's being able to see things for what they are and as they're happening, you know? Like in a natural flowing world, that's not how the opposites communicate with each other. You know, just belligerently, not, and I'm saying in a natural flowing, healthy flow. I know out here, anything goes, you know, but as far as like, you can see nature respects itself. You know, the birds, everybody, everything, living organism is respecting, besides when it's making decisions in survival mode, when it needs food, when it needs to live, when its back is up against the corner. So it's not, we understand that on a more higher and intelligent level, which is why we was able to alter this realm the way we did. The birds and shit they cannot alter this the way we can. You know what I'm saying? So just always knowing that, like, if you haven't figured out a way to get yourself to slow down when you under attack or you have these things going on, then being able to focus on your breathing and then just say, oh shit, I'm breathing, and just think about it. Don't do all the weird tactics that people do and holding your breath. I mean, if you need to hold your breath till you almost pass out to exhale, then, you know, that's what you do. But really, it's just supposed to focus on your natural flow of breathing, you know, your vessel. Some people, you know, and I know for me, when I started too hard, you know, when you think about it too much, you almost kind of fuck up your breathing. So it almost feels like you throwing your shit off a little bit. In all actuality, you're really not, but you are kind of almost putting yourself into a panic. So your body is not operating properly. This body is its own living organism. We have to learn how to live and adapt with it. This body is its own living organism. That's why when it's hard, when you want to kick something spiritually, you can kick it, but physically your body still has some kind of attachment to it because it's used to going through or receiving some kind of something from it. You know what I'm saying? So just being mindful of these things, man. Just even outside of that random person, you know, I'm pretty sure y'all got situations where you might just have like a parent or a sibling just come busting up in your room, or, you know, just call your phone and you didn't have them blocked or something, just really trying to send you some weird energy, but you wanted to keep the door open, you know? And if that was something that you wanted to do, is keep the door open and practice with them, because what happens is, if you practice these things with the people that's close to you or the ones that's already in your space, like the ones that's not too far gone that you really had to let go, if you practice these things, when you run into people that you don't know, it's gonna make it a lot easier. I didn't know them people at 7-Eleven, so their energy didn't affect me. Now, if this was 15, 20 years ago, maybe that energy would have affected me more. You know what I'm saying? But at this time and place where I'm at in my journey in my life, that shit didn't affect me. You know what I'm saying? And that goes for when anything's happening. You know, even when I really need to use my phone and I drop it and I break it. You know what I'm saying? But it's not blacked out. But then when I go to use it later on, it's on a black screen. Now I can't use it. Now it's dark time, so now I have to wait till the next day. But even things like that, I already understand. It's just technology. You know, it's just it's a 3D object. All of these shits come and go. So for me, when I was young, I used to get mad and frustrated about it. Now it's just like, oh, I was supposed to be doing something else. Why my phone is broken, why I needed to take a second away from it. You know what I'm saying? Or even with my tripod, I just had to get a whole new tripod. You know what I'm saying? Because that one was being weird. It's like being able to know that you're the spiritual being having a human experience will save you so much time along this journey. It will help you so much just being self-aware while you're experiencing things in real lifetime. That breathing thing is huge, just being able to acknowledge it. I couldn't tell you how many times I done had conversations with like my moms or one of my siblings or like one of my spouses or somebody I was dealing with, and as soon as I focused on my breathing, it was like clear vision, because it was like my energy was in motion so heavy that I wasn't able to even focus as much as I would like to on how I wanted to communicate outwardly, because my energy was going so rampant. But once I was able to get my energy under control, it like cleared things up right away. It was like all this chaos where I was running around because they was working my energy up, and it's running around. I'm like trying to pull away from like being angry or mad or any of those things that correlate with that energy. You know what I'm saying? All the time I'm not always mad, but I feel the energy coming up. That's the only word we know to put with it. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's not always the case. But being able to breathe and well, we always breathe, and that's not going to stop, but just being able to focus and acknowledge it is going to help you so much along this journey. And it's done saved me so many times. Because you know, sometimes you can be in a situation where you having a whole bunch of options and choices. You know what I'm saying? And they all may feel good and seem good, but soon as you start thinking about your breathing, it's gonna like almost direct you. It's kind of like the winds, you know, it's kind of sending you, all right. It's like the spirit was like all over the place right here. As soon as he took a breath, it was like, all right, now I can blow him in the direction that he needs to go. You know what I mean? But we always gonna be under attack. That's never gonna stop. It's gonna be a consistent process, which I understand. So you just gotta come up with the best techniques possible to be able to manage your energy while you're in this battle. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't wanna run it up too long. Tapping everything down below. Peace and love to the kings and queens.